Nicole, like when you look at this football team, what has made New England, right? Since early 2000, whether it was on offense or on defense, they found ways to win games just like this. Right now, they are beating themselves. They used to lean on teams and allow that team to make the mistake. Now teams are flipping it on them, and you're watching them continue to do this to themselves. And listen, Cam Newton was actually playing a pretty good game. As you watch this thing up, they kept this thing tight. It never got away from them. They were right in phase, right where they wanted to be, driving the ball down with the final minute of the game to tie or take the win. And all of a sudden you cough it up and lose the game. That's such an unpatriot-like thing, or unpatriot thing to do. It's just shocking. But this is what this team has to overcome. They're young, they're inexperienced in a lot of positions, whether it's offense or defense. The young guys are playing well, but they have to find ways to win. I think ultimately that's what Belichick's going to have to go back to with these guys is, look, when your best guy or the guy that you brought in to win games loses it for you, not a whole lot you can say other than, hey, you got to do this again next week.
There have been a few times in the last couple of weeks where the Bills, we've been sort of beating up on them, but they got the win in this one, and they were able to beat the Patriots at home for the first time since 2011. It now gives us this little matchup. You get the 6-2 Buffalo Bills against the 6-1 Seattle Seahawks. That is Sunday. How much of a litmus test, though, is that going to be for the Bills' defense?
It's enormous. And listen, here's the issue with the Bills is what I thought was going to be a strength going into the season, the defense, they really have not been. They've been kind of the Achilles heel of this team. You know, in the years past, it's been Josh Allen turn the ball over doing those things, but they can't stop the run. I mean, I think they're 26th, or they're one of the lowest teams in the league in stopping the run. I think they're 11 or somewhere near that in passing. But either way, they don't find ways to get off the field a lot. And what's going to happen is you go face the Seahawks. You know about Russell Wilson, all he can do with those guys on the outside. But what does Seattle really want to do? They want to hammer you, right? They want to control the ball. They want to play a physical style ball. It's going to be a big test, in my opinion, and show you a lot about that front seven of Buffalo and what it's going to look like as the season progresses, especially come playoff time when you face teams like this. Can you make them one-dimensional? Can you shut down one phase of the offense? Obviously, shutting down Seattle's run game is much easier than Russell Wilson and all the guys he has on the outside, whether it's Metcalf, Lockett. I mean, you just keep naming them, right? So from his perspective, or from the Bills' perspective, can they stop the run and make you one-dimensional? That's what I'm looking for next week.
I feel like saying the Bills can't stop the run is almost like underselling it by a lot, because you know those stats that you see that you double-check? This is one of them. Over the past 4 games, the Bills have given up an average of 168 rushing yards a game.
Ooh.
They can't stop the run. Thank you,
That
Jeff
is
Saturday.
ugly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nicole. All right, now to college football playoffs. Well, starting with the de facto SEC title game this Saturday, Florida and Georgia meeting in Jacksonville. The Bulldogs have won 3 straight meetings. They have a 64% chance to extend that streak, according to FPI. And then Houston pays a visit to number 6 Cincinnati, according to the All-State playoff predictor. The Bearcats currently have a 4% chance of reaching the playoff, but that rises to 42% if they win out. And don't forget a top 25 matchup. BYU, Boise State, the Cougars can increase their playoff odds from 14 to 26% with a win. FPI giving BYU basically a 50-50 shot at Boise State on Friday. Now, Dabo Swinney didn't keep Notre Dame guessing, and he eliminated any distractions for his own team when he announced on Saturday that Trevor Lawrence would not be making the trip to South Bend for this weekend's top 5 showdown. Notre Dame is the best team with the best defense left on Clemson's schedule. They're prepared for Travis Etienne, and of course, they're looking to take advantage of a young quarterback and relatively unproven receivers. And now Ian Book becomes the most experienced quarterback in the game. But that run-heavy offense of Notre Dame will have to be truly two-dimensional to beat the Tigers in what may only be their first meeting of these two teams this season. Here's the latest from Clemson Today, new on SportsCenter.
The kid has an absolute cannon. I mean, he's huge. And he's a great guy. He's, he's super even-keeled. He's kind of quiet. And I would say it was just so impressive on Saturday to see the way he handled that adversity. And we kind of had to pick the defense up a little bit in some instances, and he just stayed calm and cool the whole way.